Mashiane Politically Incorrect. Here's the thing. South Africans are often accused of being like Americans in Africa. They are told, yeah, when I don't participate in South Africa in African issues and so, and there's lots of stories surrounding that. Zimbabweans march in South Africa. So the South African, let's say Pretoria, the seat of government, Pretoria, Hatfield, Arcadia area, they say outside the US, is it Atlanta? No, it's not Atlanta. Where is DC? Yeah, somewhere there. So South Africa, Pretoria hosts the most, Pretoria East, the most number of foreign missions, like your consulate, your embassies. South Africa, like it's, maybe I'll find the list and I'll put it here if we find it. But South Africa is said to be the biggest one that does that. The participation, of course, happens in Pretoria. So there's a march. There's a march for Traore, you say. Please tell us about that march. When is it and why and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly who the people who have organized this are, but they do name themselves here. I mean, I am following this story, and like you said, South Africans get accused of, we're not plugged in with the issues of the continent, but here we are, in our solidarity with Traore, and I think even the previous one that was done, we were there. So, we are up in here. I mean, you do have reactionaries in South Africa, just like everywhere else, but you also have revolutionaries and Pan-Africanism. So they call themselves the Revolutionary Pan-Africanist Congress of Occupied Azania. I don't know if this is PAC, I don't think so, but you know what I mean? It sounds like It's a different type of organization. But this is their message. On Africa Liberation Day, on the 25th of May, African states will embark on various forms of solidarity actions in support of Captain Ibrahim Traore and the AES. So, I mean, we know Africa Liberation Day. This is the day that back in 1963, the Organization of African Unity was formed. The organization which later became the AU. So some people call it Africa Day, but to Pan-Africanists it's Africa Liberation Day, because the reference is we are not liberated yet. So we can't just say, oh, Africa Day. Africa Day. No, Africa Liberation Day, because we still need to pursue this liberation. Okay. And so that's why on this day it's so crucial that Africans, come out and support Traore, because Traore is actually trying to do that liberation business and that work,
Yes.
So we thought, I'm sure, these organizers thought, hey man, on Africa Liberation Day, let's come out and support. So they say, join the Burkino Faso Solidarity Campaign to defend Captain Ibrahim Traore and the AES. 25th May, Africa Liberation Day March and Rally. We meet at Namibian Embassy at 10 a.m. in Azania, or South Africa. African land and natural mineral resources should benefit Africans, obviously. Common sense, for me anyway, it's not radical.
So people will be marching in South Africa for Traore?
Correct.
And is it a protest? Is it just a show of unity? Where in South Africa we know we live from this spot to this spot. We are marching, toi and stuff. So what's the makeup of that one as you hear it?
Let me get into that one.
Okay.
I didn't want to go too much in detail, but they do have here how this is going to go.
But it's in Pretoria, ne?
Yes.
Okay.
So they say the Burkina Faso Solidarity Campaign March and Rally will start at 10 a.m. The march will start at the Namibian Embassy at 197 Blackwood Street, Arcadia, Pretoria. Render messages of support to Her Excellency President Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah of Namibia. I love that woman too.
I love that woman.
The march proceeds to second point, Egypt Embassy, 27 Burke Street, Sunnyside, Pretoria. Handover memorandum of demands and grievances against Israel, USA and France imperialism. Demand immediate opening of Rafah border. 40 minutes walk or march to Burkina Faso Embassy. The march proceeds to the main rally at Burkina Faso Embassy, 767 Justice Mohammed Street, Menlo Park, Pretoria. We will hand over messages of support for His Excellency, the President, Captain IBRAHIM Traore.
Stop it there while you are editing. So they move from Namibia.
Yeah.
They go to Namibia. We're talking about the embassies.
Yeah, the embassy.
The embassy of Namibia.
Yeah.
They walk down to Sunnyside at Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And why Egypt is it receiving this memorandum of grievances?
So I believe this part speaks to the whole issue with Israel.
Okay.
So this is a solidarity campaign with Burkina Faso.
So meaning all various interests are then incorporated.
Yeah. So
your struggle is my struggle.
Yeah, something like that. You know what I mean? It's because they call it anti-imperial. Let me just check the.
Okay.
There's a hashtag they put here, which I think makes it easier to sort of understand. So they say this is an anti-white supremacy and anti-imperialism campaign, and so it's a general countering of colonialism and imperialism, and so the Gaza situation, I guess, or Israel and Gaza has been identified, and I mean I talk about it this way hesitantly because I know a lot of Pan-Africanists would say, but why do we want to include this thing? But I think there are always benefits to solidarity, as long as we, of course, are centering ourselves, you know? And I think that's why the march then goes and ends at Burkina Faso, which is the main, core or focus. You understand?
So,
yeah,
it ends in Burkina Faso?
Yeah, I was still on that one.
Yeah.
The march proceeds to the main rally at Burkina Faso Embassy. So yeah, the main rally. So this is the main part of this thing. The others, are not so mean. I don't want to say sideshow.
Yeah.
767 Justice Mohammed Street, Menlo Park, Pretoria, will hand over messages of support for His Excellency President IBRAHIM Traore, handed to Burkina Faso Ambassador and Deputy Ambassador on behalf of His Excellency President Captain IBRAHIM Traore. So those are the details of how this whole thing is going to go.
Say it again. Who are the people organizing this?
Well, let me get you that name again.
Yeah, let's organize.
I don't think I know this group. I mean, if it's not PAC, then it's a group. Maybe I don't know too well. The Revolutionary Pan-Africanist Congress of Occupied Azania. I don't know if that's their full name, which would mean they are something completely different from PAC.
Why are political parties not doing this? Because now at least we know who's doing it.
Yeah.
You see now. Yeah. So now we're going to find that difficult mission of finding these people, asking them to come to the podcast so they can come and talk about this issue. And those people, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, no, but we are not given media, but we don't know them and we want them. But anyway, what do you think of it, Wena?
Yeah.
Is it something that must be done every year? Because we can, I think that the rationale, and I think this is why I differ with you, the rationale is to say, at least we've got something, at least we've got a date.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate it. Let's not protest on it. Because now we've got something. And when you're saying, hey, not yet Uhuru, we are in wartime.
Yeah.
Let's not relax.
Yeah. What do I think about it?
What do you think? Do you think we should celebrate it, forget our problems?
Oh, you mean Africa Day?
Yes, yeah, Africa Day. Should it be a day of protest? Should it be a day of celebration?
It should be a day of reminding ourselves of the continuing struggle for our total liberation and to engage on plans of what we are doing, how we are going to go about this.
So for you, it's not yet Uhuru, Aluta continue.
That's it.
So
I don't think we can
must not get into celebratory mode.
Nah, because this day, right, marks the establishing of the Organization of African Unity, which became the AU. I look at the AU now. What are they doing? I mean, how are they supporting our revolution continent-wide? You know what I mean? So if we're going to celebrate the founding of this thing, you see, it would be a different story if the AU was actually functional and useful on the African continent and actually taking us somewhere. Then we could celebrate, we established the AU in 1963. Look where we are now. It's not that story. It's a disappointing narrative.
Weeks before Sankara was taken out, he stood up in front of the African Union. Should I call it OAU?
Yeah, let's say OAU because it was OAU back then. Let's say that then OAU.
He stood in front of African cowards. He said to them, I'm wearing clothes sewn by Burkinabe of things that they grew in Burkino Faso. I don't eat their food because he who gives you food will you'll beg for them. But what he said of interest, he said, they are going to take me out because you are isolating me. I'm the only one who speaks against them. And if you do not stand with me, they're going to find it very easy to take me out.
Exactly.
The saddest part is when he was told that Blaise Compaoré wants you out. He said, I trust my brother to not do this.
Ish.
And even when he knew this time was ticking, because the tensions were already there, he just wanted to continue with his normal life, and he was losing support. And you know, the story of Sankara is very painful.
It is, bro.
And this is why people don't understand when I say I've admitted that they are gonna take Traore. I don't see. You know, I love Tupac. When Tupac was alive, I said they are not gonna allow Tupac to live forever. I was young at the time, unless he changes his route. The first place that he was going through, it was very difficult for Tupac to survive forever. It's like Traore. Unless he changes, they're gonna take him out. Yeah. Imagine if the way he goes, what he will do in 10 years.
Yeah, if he doesn't bend the knee, they're gonna come.
In 10 years, he'll be way far.
They're going to come. Hey,
these people are gonna sell him out.
It's painful for me to see that, where he says my brother won't do this. You know what I mean? Like it's so sad, and it is a story of many of the revolutionary leaders in Africa who really were sold out by it. The person who was sitting right next to them, the right-hand man.
I think at the time he knew it's true.
Yeah.
I think he knew that his days are numbered.
Yeah.
But he wanted to put a brave face. It's sad. But look, be that as it may, let's see how Africa unites. Let's see if this match is going to be attended. But also, I want to attend the match.
I think go attend, cover it, because unfortunately I don't have the days. I have to go back to Durban for work. I don't have the days that allow me to be here the whole week.
You have your own match in Durban.
Yeah, maybe we should organize ours in Durban, man, Or I must look if there are people in Durban who are doing something. Yes. I would definitely go and join that one.
Sure.
But we do need to do something.
I know. Let's see what's gonna happen.
I would be happy to cover it if we can do it in Durban.
Yeah,
that would be something. My first experience of journalism.
Mashiane Politically Incorrect. That's it. Let's see how far this thing goes. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this match. It's a few days to come, and it's in a week's time. We'll be having that match. Eitada Ola.